Setting it up. You know what I mean?
You know this shit too.
All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites, preaching the gospel of the kingdom. The Most High, Yahweh, sent His only begotten Son, who the world calls Christ, Yahweh Shai, to save, redeem, deliver His people. All right, today will be the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, are the Israelites of the Bible. First and foremost, Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahushua,
Barakatah Yahushua,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah
Yahushua,
Barakatah
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua,
all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and those who were well. Peace and salutations to all the sincere Akim and during afflictions, making a calling and election sure. Shalom.
Shalom.
You know, because, hey, man, it's another day closer, man. Every single day, it's another day closer to get delivered out of here. Lord willing for those men, you know? And there's a lot of things that need to happen before that, you know? And we see those happening right now as we speak, you know? Today, they impeached the so-called president, you know, for the second time, you know? And we see, ultimately, this is all part of the scriptures, man. You know, people are not going to regard their kings nor princes, you know? You see, I mean, even, it's like a thing that they got, I think you already know about it, it's like 180 days they gave it, you know, to basically disclose, the so-called UFOs, you know? Because the chariots of the Most High is being revealed, you know?
Yeah, I seen I didn't watch it, but I just seen the snapshot of it, and it was saying Trump pretty much has undisclosed information about UFOs. You know what I'm saying? And they pressuring him to reveal the information. You know?
See? I don't know. Yep. You get what you got.
This second Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before.
Yeah, you know. So we were told to measure the time diligently, man. You know, ultimately seeing things that's going to pass. All right, the different signs. All right, ultimately particular things. All right, in the heavens, like even the UFO sightings. You know, that's a literal sign. You know, for us to look at and see. You know, a lot of brothers, of course, the formers of the earth still cherish. You know, it's a faith booster. You know.
Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
You know, so it's been thousands and thousands of years in the making. You know, the day that we're in, man, the day we're approaching the time of Jacob's trouble, the day of the Lord. You know, this is something that was written, all right, for thousands of years ago.
It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Upwards of people in the world. You know, you see that happen a lot last year, you know, and you see just now, you know, this so-called New Year, you know, I believe it's at least 100 or maybe 1,000 National Guards they got out there, you know what I'm saying? Which, you know, the damage is already done. People already done ran through the White House, basically, you know, the Capitol.
They say they deploying the National Guards all throughout all 50 states ahead of the inauguration night. You know? So they are already preparing for insurrection within these Capitol buildings throughout all 50 states.
You know, and the difference was, you know, the so-called protests, you know, Black Lives Matter and all that. That was so-called peaceful protests. You know, they're all, in the news, it's all labeled as armed protest. This is an armed protest. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. People are protesting; they got guns in their hands. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of protest that's going to be happening.
This second Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Swords in their hands. All right, the modern-day sword, all right, could be the gun, man. You know, any type of instrument used for violence, all right, that's deemed as a sword. You know, and that ultimate sword is going to be those missiles hitting this place.
It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
They literally invaded, did the Capitol Hill. You know what I'm saying? They literally invaded. They didn't regard their kings or princes. All right? But they did it in the name of their so-called king or prince. You know what I'm saying? They don't regard the so-called, police. All right? Certain so-called police officers were killed. Certain Edomites were killed, which ultimately, all these psyops and, this is all part of the beast agenda, all out of chaos. But this is something that was written thousands of years ago. It was not created, all right, the wicked for this evil time.
It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
And that's talking about martial law, because it's a high probability, all right, that Biden might not even take step in the White House, man. It might be a thing where, Trump might have to, go to war with Iran, and all that is going to have to be put to bed. Trump is going to have to stay in here. With that, it's going to be insurrection of the people. There's going to be people like rioting, you know what I'm saying? They don't regard the kings or prince. They don't regard Trump. So what they're going to do if they see Trump still in the office on the 20th? That's just one example. Either way, there's going to be, what we would deem as martial law. We already brought it out. National Guards are going to be on the streets. All right? You're going to see tanks rolling around the streets. They're going to have curfews. You know what I'm saying? Because people are just going to be going crazy.
Well, they already in New Jersey. They already got hundreds of armored trucks out there. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds of armored vehicles out there in New Jersey right now. Shalom, it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
God, men shall be afraid, man. It's a fearful thing, man, the time that we're in, man. Even people in the world looking at the times that we're in. It's a scary thing. Look like we're in the end of the world. There's so much you avoid the world.
Yeah, my pops.
Yeah.
And I was just going to say, too, I was watching the news earlier, and a lot of these public officials, they saying they were scared. Well, Alexandria Cortez, AOC, she said that she was scared for her life when they broke into the Capitol Hill building. She said she literally was scared for her life. They threatened Nancy Pelosi, Schumer, you know what I'm saying? They threatening these people's lives, man. Well, they said they're going to hang Pence, man. So these political officials are literally scared. They're literally afraid. The people are afraid.
Yep, men are afraid. Yep.
It says, verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Right. And that's the day that we're closely approaching. Man. That famine in the land. It's going to be a literal famine, along with that famine of the word. But the way this economy is set up, the way ultimately goods are being distributed, crops are starting to die down, ultimately there's going to be a famine in the land. People going, about 9-10 months ago when this so-called, pandemic started to fire up, people were making haste, getting into the different grocery stores, stacking up on really toilet paper. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Different goods, man. And it said the Great Tribulation. That's the time that Jacob's trouble.
I got to speak. This also in 2nd Ezra jumping up to verse 13. 2nd Ezra 15 and 13. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful constellation.
God, because over this long span of time, hundreds of thousands of years, hundreds of years, thousands of years, right? Esau has been doing nothing but polluting this place, man. The seeds that's been, sown and grown, it's starting to just be weaker and weaker, man. It's not pure in a sense, So within that, this place is going to, like Yahushua prophesied in Matthew 24, man. The days are only short for the elect's sake. Because if the days wasn't short, then no flesh would be saved,
This 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein.
Woo. Huh. You see, this place is getting weaker and weaker with age, man. You know, even our people, man. You know, we're weaker than we were. You know, we were in a lower state. You know, we're in a lower stature. You know, but this whole kingdom, this whole world, all right, is this weak. This kingdom, all right, being divided. Satan casting out Satan. All right, Republicans against Republicans. All right, this place is just weak. You know, partly strong, partly weak. You know, you got so-called, you know, a lot of things that's strong about it. You know, our military and things like that. But even within that, these other nations, they're coming up, man.
You got it. So America's military. No, you didn't say our military.
I said,
no, you good. I know you did.
Yeah, our military. We got, hey, Lord willing, we those men. You know, hey, man, we are army.
God,
the real army. The Lord's army.
God, yep. Our military can't be penetrated. You know what I'm saying? This Daniel chapter 2 and verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strip of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
Yep. You know, so you see, as time went on, man, you know, the original Roman Empire, all right, was a force. You know, this is the revised Roman Empire, man. You know, it's like you know, it's like a cheap knockoff of the original Roman Empire, man. You know, partly strong, but it's partly weak. You know, it ain't built the same, man. You know, it takes some components of it, but ultimately, you see things, you know, happen. There's no new thing under the sun. You know, but this thing was prophesied, how this world was just going to be weaker and weaker. You know, then Yahweh Shah's going to come and knock this thing out, man.
It says, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Partly strong and partly broken, you know, because this place, I mean, it was made to be destroyed, man. Like we brought out a couple weeks ago. You know, this beast system, right, is a natural brute beast. It was made, right, to be taken and destroyed, man. You know, this place ain't meant to withstand, all right, any test, man. The test of time. You know what I'm saying? This place was meant, all right, to have an end.
It says, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
You know, because you know you got different agreements. You know, different. You know, like this place, man. You know, NATO and the EU. You know, you got the Brexit. All right, there's different. You know, agreements that people commingle themselves among men, but it's not real, man.
Well, see, a lot of these North American allies, they're turning on America, like Germany, Turkey, you know what I'm saying, Britain, you know, the list goes on, man. A lot of these nations that America is allied with are turning on them, you know. Yep. So I think even Canada, you know, even Canada is at odds with America right now, man, you know. It says, verse 44, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
You know, and that same sentiment was talked about in Revelation, the 19th chapter. You know, how shall come and to break in peace the nations. You know, ultimately, this isn't the kingdom, man. This is the kingdom that was going to be established to be set up forever, man. This is a wicked kingdom, man. You know, we got pollution, we got transgenderism. Transhumanism is the thing that's going to be pushed real soon, right? With this whole jab, all right? That's really, they trying to make human 2.0. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to do an upgrade on human life. You know what I'm saying?
It says, for as much as thou sawest the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold. The great power have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, in the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure.
The Bayat our God, the house of David, man. You know, the tender mercies of David. Ultimately, David, when he was a young lad, he took down Goliath, with that stone, So start, with the elect, we doing what we have to do, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we're those men, we come in the spirit, and we bring forth this gospel, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, we see prophecies coming to pass, and Yahweh shot that stone, all right, it's going to take down this beast system.
This Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
That's Revelation 19? Yeah. That's your house shot, right? Yeah. This is Revelation of your house shot right here.
It says, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
It says on his head were many crowns. He's going to take all these different kings, all these different kingdoms, man. He's the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. He's going to bring peace to these nations, basically, right?
It says, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh.
Right. You can go into Isaiah 63. It tells you, all right, that power, right, who's mighty to save, our Savior, all right? That's what he's going to be doing. His vesture dipped in blood, man. Trampling upon these nations. Chiefly the Edomite.
And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
So this is something that's going to be coming to this place, man. All right, this is something, all right, that a lot of men of the Lord, are hastening, all right, the time that we're approaching, man. Because, this is going to bring forth the kingdom. The kingdom be set up, all right, in righteousness, man. Ultimately, this place has to go. It can't be two kingdoms reigning at the same time. By definition, kingdom means dominion, rule. You know what I'm saying? We have dominion over these nations, man. And this is how it was meant to be, man, from the beginning.
And he have on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power, Yahweh, that they may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army.
Yeah. We approaching this time, fellas. We approaching this time where ultimately, we already got the victory. Lord willing, we those men. Ultimately, the saints will be taking the kingdom. The Israelites. Starting with Yahweh Shai. Then you got the archangel, right? You got the angels of the chariots, man. The chariots that's going to be making war with this place, man.
It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshiped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone.
God, ultimately, hey man, the mark is something that's talked about in the scriptures. It's a big time prophecy.
God, and I was just gonna add, Pope and the Cardinal, the Vatican, they endorsed the mark of the beast. They endorsed the RFID microchip, man.
False prophet. You see that? This is all spoken about in the scriptures. And they deceiving the world, man. Not only the Pope endorsed the mark of the beast, that's the RFID microchip. He endorsing homosexuality. You know what I'm saying?
That's the image of the beast.
See that? The image of the beast, man. That's the philosophies of this place, man. You know, transhumanism, all that. You know, do as thou wilt, man.
Yeah, that's endorsed by Catholicism, and a lot of these Christian pastors, they're gonna endorse our people taking these vaccinations, man. You know. Yep. It says, and the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh.
Yep. When it's all said and done, this place is gonna be utterly destroyed, man. This place is just gonna be utterly destroyed, man. You know, all life, all that flesh, all that power, this so-called military, man. It's gonna be brought to naught, man. Ain't gonna be nothing left, man. You know, the dust of the smell of smoke. You know. Yep. I was just gonna say that's the time that we're approaching, man. You know, that's why it's an important thing for us to make sure we examine ourselves, make sure we're in the right spirit.
This Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophet, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and it shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth. Right. Yeah. It says the nations were angry, you know. So these nations are pissed off, man, you know. And it says thy wrath is come, the wrath of the Heavenly Father, man, because of all of the wickedness and unrighteousness that this place exudes, you know, and that this world is consumed in, you know. And it says, in the time of the dead that they should be judged, in the time of the dead that they should be judged, you know, because he that wandereth out of the congregation of wandered out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So the congregation of the dead is finna be judged for not going into the way of understanding, you know, because it tell you in Job 28 and 28, he that departed from evil, you'll get that real quick. Yep.
Yeah. This is the book of Job, chapter 28, and verse 28. It says, and unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding.
Yeah, so to depart from evil is understanding. And that's why those who are in the congregation of the dead are going to be judged because they haven't departed from evil, you know. It says, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, right? Because the prophets have been getting persecuted since. You got something? All right, you get Luke 11, real quick.
This is Luke chapter 11, verse 49. This says, Luke 11 and 49 says, therefore also said the wisdom of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, I will send them prophets and apostles, and some of them they shall slay and persecute.
Right, so the apostles and prophets of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai have been getting slain and persecuted. They haven't been getting rewards. You know, they have not been getting benefits. But we know in 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter, it says that such in their life have received benefits and have not known me. So the wicked have been prospering, but the righteous have been getting persecuted. You know, so it's time for the righteous to get rewarded and the wicked to get persecuted. You know.
It says that the blood of all the prophets which was shed from the foundation of the world may be required of this generation.
Yeah, so the blood of all the prophets that have been shed since the beginning of the world is required of this generation. So now it's time for Yahweh Shemashah to bring forth judgment and avenge his elect. Like it said in Luke 18. So we can grab that too.
Yeah. I'm just going to add this right here. Shows you that this is a regeneration, man. That's the only way. This is something that, how would that happen, man? Exactly. People who killed the prophets in the times past since the beginning of the world, they done died already. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be required with it says here in this generation.
I got a quick one. Thank you. Revelation 6. Because I was thinking of that too. That's the scripture said.
Now, this is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. So even so am I.
Right. So like the brother Kabar said, how is it possible for somebody that's died already to see Yahweh Shai when he comes back? It says those who pierced him don't see him. How is that possible, man? Because this proves regeneration, man. How should this generation have to pay for something that was done in the past generation? Why? Because it's regeneration, man. You know, the same way that the eyes of him who pierced Yahweh Shai is going to see him when he come back, and he's going to be smited by the rod of his mouth, you know?
Right. And that's good news, man. That's the gospel, ultimately knowing that vengeance is coming to those people who did particular wrong things, man. You know, like these Edomites did hundreds of years ago. You know, they killed the prophets, you know, even though they was in that state of prophecy at that point, you know what I'm saying? But prophets was getting slayed at that point too. You know, men of the Lord, man. You know, all people as a whole, the saints of the Most High was getting slayed, man. So they lived a long life. How does that work, man? They just go to hell? Nah, man, they're gonna go to hell, all right, man. They're gonna be in a bad state.
God, yep.
You know, and that's on this place. Man.
Yep.
Jump back, you said, was it 11? Yeah, I think so. There's just one more, I think. I think we got 50. Back in Luke 11, in verse 51, from the blood of Abel to the blood of Zechariah, it says, which perished between the altar and the temple, verily I say unto you, it shall be required of this generation.
Woo! And you know what that made me think of? Ecclesiastes 3. I know it's going to be this. I ain't even breaking out of it now. Ecclesiastes 3:15.
Okay, yeah. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 15. It says, that which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, requires that which is past.
Yeah, Yahweh Shema Shai, he requires that which is past, man. So Yahweh Shema Shai requires judgment for the blood that's been shed from Abel to Zacharias, who was slain in the temple, in the middle of the temple, you know, at the altar, man. You know, they slain Zechariah at the altar, man. You think Yahweh Shema Shai forgot about that? All right, you slayed a righteous man's blood, a righteous, innocent man's blood for nothing, man. Yahweh Shema Shai will not at all acquit the wicked, man. You know, he's going to requite their wickedness, man. Their evil, you know. And that's the whole point. Yahweh Shema Shai is going to bring back the ultimate requiting of judgment upon those who brought the judgment towards the righteous. That's what time we in, you know. Yeah, you get one more for me real quick. Luke 18 and 7. Luke 18? Yeah, 7.
It says, Luke 18, verse 7. Yahweh Shai says, it shall not the Most High avenge his own elect.
Yes, shall not Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai avenge his own elect. All right, why? Because Abel was of the elect, you know. Abel was the chosen seed. That's why I believe it was Eve. She had Enos. Enos, Seth. You know, Seth. She had Seth Salaki, and it went through Enos. You know, and they was the chosen seed. You know, so the chosen seed went from Abel to Seth to Enos. You know, so that's that righteous seed line, and that's the elect. That's the chosen seed. You know, which started from Abel, who was taken out, but that seed still continues. You know.
Yep, that's a highly spiritual story within that. Luke 18, verse 7. Shall not Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them?
Yeah. Shall not he avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him? Why? Because it tell you about that in Ezekiel the 9th chapter about how Yahweh Shema Shai is going to deliver those who cry and sigh for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. So the elect, they're crying unto Yahweh Shema Shai. It tell you about that in Romans the 8th chapter too, about how the spirit maketh groanings, the spirits make of intercession So even if we're not literally crying out, our spirits are crying out to Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, and Yahweh Shema Shai hears the cries. He hears the prayers of the righteous. You know.
It says, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily.
Yeah, Yahweh Shema Shai will avenge them speedily. All right, and that's why America is coming down to collapsing so quickly, man.
That's right.
America hasn't even been established for 500 years, and this place is falling apart, man. Why? Because Yahweh Shema Shai is going to avenge his elect speedily, man.
Right.
You know, like the brother alluded to earlier in Matthew the 24th chapter, about how the days are being shortened for the elect's sake, man. You know?
Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth?
Yeah, he's going to find faith on earth. Why? Because the just shall live by their faith, you know? So yes, he's going to find faith on earth. And who is he going to find faith with? The elect. That's who he's going to find faith with, man. And that's who the Son of Man is coming to get, you know? Those who have faith. Those who believe that this place is going to be brought down. Those who believe that it's a reward for the righteous and a reward for the wicked, you know? Them the ones who are going to be justified, you know? Those who are found faithful. Why? Because our Lord is faithful and true, you know? So where he don't leave us and let us be consumed in this place, man, you know?
Yep. This is Revelation 13 and verse 10. It says, I'm starting now. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and faith of the saints.
Woo. So that's a part of our faith, that we're going to see the reward come upon our enemy, that we're going to be delivered from the hand of the oppressor, man. That's a part of our faith, man. You know, the destruction of the wicked and the exalting of the righteous, man. You know, that's what faith and patience is about. You know, that's why we stay steadfast within our walk. That's why we commit ourselves unto righteousness to the best of our abilities. Why? Because we have faith that there's going to be a reward for the righteous, and there's going to be destruction for those who do wicked.
That's right.
You know. Because I always feel I don't finish down.
That's in Revelation 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints.
And to the saints, man. All right, which this is the faith and the patience of the saints, man. So the saints really starts with the elect, but that's for the whole nation of Israel, man. Why? Because throughout our existence, we ain't had no real times of prosperity, man. By the time we got in the land of Canaan, Yahweh Shema Shai kicked our ass up out of there, man. You know, those 40 years of peace with King Solomon was short-lived, man. You know, so the nation of Israel, we ain't really had no chance to be on top. We ain't really had no chance to rule. You know, outside. I mean, since we've been an established nation, at least, right. You know,
yeah, we like the New York Knicks.
That's the topic, man. Good. Yeah. So it's time for the saints to receive their reward, man. It's time for us to get our chance, man. Us to get our piece of the pie, man. You know, Esau, they got their little piece. They got the fatness of the earth, man. Ishmael, you know, he come over here. He got all type of jewelry shops. He got diamond shops. You know, Elam come up over here, set up gas stations. You know, selling Swisher Sweets and backwoods. You know, you got all these other nations, Moab. You know what I'm saying? Come over here selling their electronics. You know, capitalizing off of Jake invented knowledge. You know what I'm saying? All these nations are prospering in their own way. It's time for us to have our prosperity. You know?
It says, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth.
Ooh, yeah, God, and to give, what's that part say? It's like, those that feel thy name, it's like.
God. It says, And to the saints, and to them that fear thy name.
And to them that fear thy name. I got a quick precept. You get Sirach 10 and 24. I just brought this out.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 24. It says, great men and judges and potentates shall be honored. Yet is there none of them greater than he that feareth the Lord.
Yeah, there ain't nobody greater than him that fear the Lord. That's why I said small and great gonna receive their reward. Why? Because those that fear the Lord, they're the chief of the chief. You'll jump up to 20 real quick, Salah.
It says, Sirach 10 and verse 20, among brethren, he that is chief is honorable. Says, so are they that fear the Lord in his eye.
Yeah, so in among brethren, you got men that are chief, like top dogs. You look at him like, oh, this is a great guy. You know what I'm saying? This is a chief guy. You know, but in the eyes of Yahweh Shemal Shah, he look at the chief guys as those that fear him. That's the chief guys in the eyes of Yahweh Shemal Shah. All right. He don't see as men see him. All right. So, and that's why this place is coming down. Because regardless of how much power or riches you have, Yahweh Shemal Shah, he's not seeing none of that. All right. The only thing he's seeing is those who have humility, those who have fear in him, you know, those who dwelleth with wisdom, those who have pureness and unfeigned love. That's who the ones Yahweh Shemal Shah looking at, man. They don't give a damn about what you got.
Scripture say the gift destroys the heart. You know, all these other nations, you know, they got that gift right now, man. You see what they doing with it, man. They destroying their heart with it. Their minds are just being fully polluted, man. You know, once we get into our righteous state and we get that gift, hey, man, we got the Lord statutes and commandments in our inward part. Our heart can't even be destroyed at that point. You know, so that's why we got the greatest gift, man.
And it's a law in Deuteronomy that tell you that you're supposed to accept no gift. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know? So that's gonna be in our hearts. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be in our hearts. So we're literally not gonna be able to be swayed away from Yahweh Shemal Shah by no means. You know?
Good, man. You know, on this side, you know, you can, you know, come into some type of riches, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you suddenly distracted a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, what type of material thing, man. Money, woman, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then you start getting distracted. But we're approaching a time, Lord willing, with those men in the kingdom, we're going to have things that we can't even fathom. And within that, we're still not going to be distracted. We're still going to be praising Yahweh Shemal Shah.
And that's the power of Yahweh Shemal Shah. And that's why Yahweh Shemal Shah is worth all praises, man. That's why all praises goes to Yahweh B'Shem, Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
You know?
Back in Revelation 11, it says, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and should destroy us them which destroy the earth.
Yeah, and it should destroy us them that destroyeth the earth, man. All right, because like the brother Kabra was going into, this place has become completely weak. Why has it become completely weak? Because those who are in chief positions within the earth are destroying this place, man. You know, this place is completely polluted, man. All right, just the whole infrastructure of America is dead. You know, just that within itself, man. You know, all the land masses throughout the earth are destroyed, man. You know, water, you know, air, you know, space. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you can think of that the Heavenly Father has created, the people who are in rule of the earth have brought destruction to it, man. You know, even women have went out of their natural use. You know, men have went away from their natural use. Beasts have went away from their natural use. It's nothing but destruction upon the earth, you know? And there has to be a judgment for that, man. You know?
Yep. It's a real death style. The image of the beast, this whole lifestyle of this place is really a death style, man. You know? Women are really dying, all right, for vanity, man. For booty implants, man. They dying, you know what I'm saying, for something that's vain. You know what I'm saying? This place, man, they you know what I'm saying, the witchcrafts to this place, man. Even in the form of the media, I was just thinking about, you know, the so-called medicine, man. You know, we got medicines of the earth. But they instead of that, they're trying to give you something that's ultimately defile your temple, man. You know, that's death, man. Everything that, they try to kill everything that has life, man.
That's cold. And you get man, I got some appreciation. Thank you. Yeah. I'm not going back to what you said. Romans 1 and like 25. I know you said the brother Kazak, you got something too.
This is Romans chapter 1 and verse 25.
You think we walk out a little bit on this side? We start at 21. Up the side.
Nah. This is Romans chapter 1 and verse 21. It says, because that when they knew God, they glorified him, not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened.
Yeah, and they tell you about that in the scriptures that before destruction goeth pride. So before you're destroyed, before you're brought, before you're dark, before you brought into foolishness, before you fully consumed by foolishness, you're prideful. Which pride is when one departed from his maker. You know, that's the beginning of when one departed from his maker. Pride. You know, and that's how it all starts. You know, people start looking at you. How about see myself like, oh, we don't need you. You know, I can make my own rules. Oh, your laws is cool, but I can make my own laws. You know, then that's what messed you up right there. That's when you start. That's when Yahweh Shemashai give you over to your own imagination. You know, which imagination goes into idolatry and stubbornness. You know, because stubbornness is just idolatry. You know, so you start worshiping your own belly. You know, you start worshiping things that don't even exist. You know.
It says, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Yeah, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Why? Because Yahweh Shemashai said the wisdom of this world is foolishness with him, man. All right. So once you try to exalt yourself in the wisdom of this world, you just become more and more of a fool. You know, because the wisdom of this world is foolishness. You know.
It says, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible power into an image made like to corruptible man, into birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things.
And that's another reason why Yahweh Shemashai is going to bring such a massive destruction upon the world, man. Because you have polluted his name. You have defiled his name. You have defiled his image of perfection, man. You know.
It says, wherefore Yahweh Bashem Yahushai also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own heart.
So once you rebel against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he's gonna lead you to your own devices. You know, that's what happens, man. That's why we're in the position that we're in. Why? Because we went away from the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's why America is in the position that it's in. Why? Because it's went against the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's why so much peril has come into the world. Why? Because men have sought out many inventions. You know?
Man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that, America, never really blessed, all right, the children of the Most High, all right, who today are so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, that tells you that this place, the Most High, he hardened the hearts of Pharaoh just to show his power. All right, he's hardening this place to be wicked just to show his power, man. You know, because hypothetically speaking, like in Jeremiah 18, I think it is, and 8, where it talks about, if the nation, you know what I'm saying, he will repent if the nation actually, blesses. All right, even in the Genesis talks about, if any nation blesses Israel, then they're blessed. But there's no nation that has blessed us, man.
That's the spirit. Because I think, ain't that in the law? About if a nation bless us, they gonna be blessed.
Right. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Right. That was just really put in there as a trick bag. If these Edomites really was diligent in the word, you know what I'm saying, they would be like, hold up, let me say this will offset the prophecy. If it was just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we brought forth, but they can't do it. And that's what proves that they are who they are. That's what proves the validity of the scriptures. It's lucky to put you up. Yeah. Yep. It's a lot, and that happened with in Numbers the 23rd chapter with Balak, I believe. Balak tried to bring a curse on Israel, but Yahweh Shemashai reversed that curse to a blessing.
Yep. It says back in Romans 1 and 24, It says, Yahweh Shem Shai also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of Yahweh Shem Shai into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the creator.
And that's how you that's the number one way you destroy the earth. When you change the truth into a lie. That's the number one way you bring destruction upon the earth, because you turn things upside down, man. You know, you turn things in opposition of how they were supposed to be, so that makes it anti-life, like you was going into. You know, that's how this place is completely adverse unto life. Why? Because everything is made opposition into the ways of life. How Yahweh Shema Shah said up things to be is life, you know. But once you go in opposition to that, that brings forth death, you know.
Yep. And that's why as Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, we were called to be separate, man. We were called to be set apart. We're not like these other nations, man. They're as death, man. You know, we're life, man. We're life. We're light of the world, man. We're soul of the earth. Yep. We give this place life, man.
Hey, see, within that, the only reason America is even standing up because of Jake, man. Yeah. You know, Jake is the only liveliness left in this place, man. Outside of that, this place is done, man. This place is done, man. Yeah. You know, Jake bring a little humor to the Capitol Hill storming. You know, make a couple jokes about it. You know, look at Sasquatch, the dude with the hat on. You know what I'm saying? Making jokes. You know what I'm saying? Saying like, saying how ridiculous it is, how stupid it is. Right. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones bringing life into this place that has no life left, man. This place don't have nothing left. But Jake known for making something out of nothing, you know. So Jake is the one that's keeping this place going. You know, Jake the one that loved this beast system the most, you know. Esau, the so-called white woman and white man, they don't even like America, man. They don't like this place, man. You know, they don't like the things that it stands for, you know.
It says, verse 25, it says, who changed the truth of Yahweh Shem Shai into a lie, and worshiped it and served the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
Yeah, that's another reason destruction comes into play. When you worship the creature more than the creator, you know, you're out your damn mind, man. You know, you have to pay homage, man. You know, it's all about. I'm doing a lesson on it. I'm gonna do a lesson on I put together called paying homage. You have to pay homage to those who were before you. You know what I'm saying? You can't just pay respects to those who came from that. You wouldn't have them without the ones that was before them, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just like and that's why they be on them rappers' ass, because like you got the Migos, you know, they want to respect this and that, but you don't want to give reverence to Bone Thugs and Harmony, though. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay homage. Without Bone Thugs and Harmony, you wouldn't be able to spit that melodic, you know, fast rapping stuff, man.
Yeah, right. Yep. Like in the basketball world, man. You know, they always give respect to those that came before them, man. That's how it always happens, man. You know? That's how it always happens, you know? I mean, someone could look at it plain and be like, yeah, LeBron, he would beat the shit out of Wilt Chamberlain if he was you. You know what I'm saying? But LeBron ain't gonna say nothing like that, man. You know what I'm saying? They go, you know what I'm saying?
You get a quick one for me? So what, 7-33, 31, so that. Because it's an actual thing within Israel. We're actually that's a custom of Israel. We pay homage, man. You know, and that's another reason. And that's what keeps that's life. That brings forth more life. Why? Because you're paying homage to those who were before you, and that cycle continues, and therefore life can continue as it's going. You know, that's why they say hip hop is dead. You know, because ain't nobody paying homage to the ones that was before them. You know, you just got all these whippersnappers just jumping out, just doing whatever the hell they want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Not respecting the craft, you know. Because the scripture say, man shall be known to his children. Bro. You know what I'm saying? You got a rebellious child, then it makes everything look bad, man.
Yup.
This is Sirach chapter 7. 31. It says, fear the Lord and honor the priest, and give him his portion, as it is commanded thee.
So you're commanded by Yahweh Shemashah to give the priest a part of your portion, man. You know, that's a commandment from Yahweh Shemashah. That's paying homage, man. You know, That's a custom within Israel, man. We give, we pay homage to those who were before us, man. You know, and when you don't want to pay homage to Yahweh Shem Shah, what's gonna happen, man? You gonna get left to your own devices, which gonna destroy you, man. You know,
Right.
because you already had a blueprint laid before you. You know.
Yep. Yep. Utterly perish in your own corruption.
Yep. Yep.
It says, fear the Lord and honor the priest and give him his portion, as it is commanded thee, the first fruits and the trespass offering and the gift of the shoulders and the sacrifice of sanctification and the first fruits of the holy things.
And why was this written? You know, because this is a part. Because you always have to pay homage before you do anything, man. Before you do anything, before you start living, before you start, you know, doing whatever you got to do, you got to give reverence to Yahweh Shem Shah. You know, you got to give reverence to those who are before you, man. You know, that's a part of life, man. You know, that's how life is sustained. You know, and it said the first fruit too. Why? So you can stay humble, so you can have room to grow. You know, because if you give of your last fruits, you're gonna still have your first fruits. You're gonna still feel puffed up in a way. You gonna feel like, oh, I ain't gotta give reverence. Look what I got. You know what I'm saying? But when you give away your first fruits, you ain't got what you would have. So that keep you in a certain type of position to always continually give that reverence. You know. Yep.
Back in Romans chapter 1 and verse 20, verse 26, it says, for this cause, Yahweh Ba'ashim Hawashai gave them up to vile affection, for even the woman that changed the natural use into that which was against nature.
Woo! Oh, you got Isaiah 19:14 real quick. You know, and that going to what we was touching on. Everything now is everything is destroyed. You know, including the women. That's why it specifically included the women in that, because now even women are against that which is what they was created to do. You know, a woman was created to be a helpmeet to a man. Now you got women that's being men. You know.
How's that her progression? How's that her fruit being popular and being fruitful, man?
No.
You're a whole incubator and you're just, you know what I'm saying? You protesting life, basically.
It's crazy, man. So you got some women, they be actually removing their tubes, man. You know, removing removing their wombs, man. It's, you know, all type of perverseness, man. You know.
Yeah. It says, Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
Yeah, Yahweh Shem Shah has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, man. Why? Because he's given these people over to their own affections, their own vile affections, man. All right, which that's that perverseness. Which perverse means what, upside down, you know, not proper. So once you want to turn things upside down, then Yahweh Shem Shah, he gonna put an upside down spirit out here, and then it's gonna cause all type of confusion, ultimately, so it can bring forth destruction. Why? Because we know Yahweh Shem Shah is that the author of confusion. All right, so once confusion comes into the mix, then Yahweh Shem Shah gonna cast down confusion so it can bring forth peace. You know. So that's what's being set up, man. You know, since all this death has been put into play, then Yahweh Shem Shah is going to restore life. He's going to bring forth restoration of life, man. You know, and how is he going to do that? He's going to bring down all those who are high to a lower state. And he's going to bring down the lower state up to the highest state. Why? Because that's how life continues. You know.
This is Romans 1 and 27. It says, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly.
That which is unseemly, man. And that's this. You get that word unseemly? Or you get something like?
No. I said unseemly. Yep. Yep. You know this place is Babylon because you know that means confusion, man.
Bro.
Unseemly in the Greek, George D. 808 says unseemliness, an unseemly deed. It says of a woman's genitals.
Ooh.
It says of one's nakedness, shame.
Wow. So of a woman's genitals. You know what I'm saying? So you got men doing sexual acts like women do, man, with each other. You know, that's you got immoral deeds going on between men and men. All right. Why? Because life has been left, man. The ways of Yahweh Shem Shai has been left in this place, man. You know? That brings forth nothing but death, man. You know, if you got a man sleeping with a man, that it don't bring forth nothing but death, man. You know? AIDS, all type of sick ass diseases, you know? Yep. You go down a little bit more. Unless you got something.
It says, verse 28, it says, verse 27, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust, one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of the error which was meet.
Because we're receiving in themselves the recompense of which
it says they're receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet.
And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. Which that goes into what we were just touching on, AIDS, you know, butt cancer, you know, all these other type of things that happen when you do wickedness, man. You know? And that goes for anything. Because we touched on destroy those who destroy the earth. Smoking cigarettes, you're destroying the earth. Smoking cigarettes, you're also destroying your temple. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep. Which comes from the ground. You know, it comes from the elements of the earth, man. Ultimately, that's the temple of Yahweh Shem Shai.
That's cold. Yeah. So that really, it all linked back to destroying the earth. Yeah, kind.
It says, and even as they did not like to retain Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient.
Well, to do those things which are not convenient, man. Which you're required by Yahweh Shem Shai to do things that are convenient, do things that are expedient. Convenient and expedient are synonymous with each other. You know what I'm saying? So you're required by Yahweh Shem Shai to do expedient things, man. You know, if it's not expedient, it's no need for it. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shem Shai requires that too. You know, you can't just do whatever the hell you want to do, even if it's not necessarily against a law. You have to you got to do things that's convenient. You know, what that can bring forth life, that can encourage and admonish life. You know, that's what you're supposed to represent as life. You know. Yep. That's right.
That's why we have to come out of it. Come out of this form. You know? You got to pull out, man.
Good.
It says, verse 28, and even as they did not like, Romans 1:28, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, Yahweh Bashim Shai gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient.
If you've been given over to a reprobate mind, you don't know what the hell is going on, man. Pretty much a reprobate is someone that's just slated for destruction, you know, or void of judgment. You know, that's a reprobate. So if you're just slated for destruction, you're just doing destructive things, man. You know, if you're slated for damnation, that means you're doing damn things. You know.
It says, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers. Verse 30. backbiters, haters of the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents. Verse 31, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. It says, verse 32, it says, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
Woo! And that completely embodies America. That completely embodies this world. You know what I'm saying? Everything that was just listed, man.
Right.
You know?
Yep. That's the image of the beast right there.
Time, bro. And then it said, not only do they do them, but they have pleasure in doing them. Because they know that the judgment, because most people know, like, okay, it's a thing called hell or something. Or you just got a common sense in your mind, like, if I do something wrong, something bad is going to happen to me for it. But they still don't give a damn, man. You know? Still don't give a damn.
This is Hosea chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, hear the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God, the Most High Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, in the land.
Yeah, so it says, hear the word, O ye children of Israel, man. Because Yahweh Shemashah, he been gave these other nations over to a reprobate mind, you know. Well, he already knew when they was gonna come into rulership that it was gonna bring forth nothing but reprobates, man. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shemashah already knew that. But he said, hear, O ye children of Israel. Why? Because the children of Israel are the only ones that can be revived from that spirit of being a reprobate, from that spirit of being without understanding. You know, he says, hear the word, O ye children of Israel, because he has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. You know, a controversy means a case at law. You know, so Yahweh Shemashah has a quarrel, you know, a case at law against this place, against the wicked. You know, why? What did it say?
It says, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land.
Yeah, because there's no truth, no mercy, or no knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in the land. And that's why Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is against this place, man. Because everything is against his ways, man. Ain't no mercy out here. People are merciless, man. You'll get killed dead in America, man. Killed in cold blood, man. People, man, somebody will smile in your face and take from you, man. You know what I'm saying? Your own family will do you wrong, man. That's how sick within Israel and America is, man. You know, ain't no love in the heart of the city, man. You know.
It says, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood toucheth blood.
Yeah, it says because by swearing, by stealing, by committing adultery, they break out and blood toucheth blood, man. That's wickedness breaking out, man. That's just all out destruction, pretty much. This is all out destruction upon the earth, man. You know, nothing but death. You know.
It says, verse 3, therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, yeah, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away.
Yeah, and that's what time we in right now. You know, Habakkuk talked about it in the Habakkuk 3rd chapter, man. You know, about was Yahweh Shemashah displeased with the rivers? You know what I'm saying? Was he angry with the sea? All right. No, because the reason why Yahweh Shemashah is going to take the fishes out, why he going to take the beast out? Because if a man lied for the beast, you kill the beast and the man who lied with it, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't had nothing to do with it, but you did something with it, you still got to be destroyed, you know? And that's why, like you said, come out of her, my people. Because you ain't necessarily got to be fully committed to this place. But if you're found with this place, Yahweh Shemashah going to destroy you with it. You know? Huh.
Proverbs 11:21.
Huh. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, and verse 21. It says, yeah, man. I didn't say it.
You got heard him coming down the street.
It's Romans. It's Proverbs 11:21. It says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Yeah, so those hand joined in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. All right. So ultimately, Esau, Edom, he doing all this wickedness, running the earth in wickedness. You got all these people that follow after Esau, Edom, in his wickedness, but you got those who are not fully engulfed in the wickedness like others. It don't matter. If you're on any point, if you're at any point offended, you're going to be destroyed too, you know?
Huh. It says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Yeah, the wicked are not going unpunished. That's the whole part. And that's what our people can't understand. It's a big part of what our people can't understand. They don't understand that the wicked is going to have a judgment one day, man. The wicked, because you see the wicked, they prospering, man. They living good. You know what I'm saying? You got all these wicked people that's getting benefits, man. You know what I'm saying? You'll look at somebody like, not to call them out specifically, but Lil Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Just using him for example. He like, I'm finna build a mansion in a land that's in the back of my mansion. You like, what the hell is this? This guy ain't even trying to service Yahweh Shema Shai. He literally said, F Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? So you be like, okay, what the wicked are prospering, man. This is the way to go. That's what our people, they don't understand, like, what benefit comes from righteousness, man. What profit is in that? I might as well be wicked and I can still prosper, man. Well, that's the ones who win it. The wicked are winning, But our people don't understand that a judgment is coming for the wicked, man. And if you are joined hand in hand with the wicked, you're going to be judged as the wicked.
Yep. Faith and patience are the same.
Time, dog.
Yep. We got faith, man. We got faith that judgment's coming to these people, man.
Time.
We got faith, that staying on that right path is going to give a reward. Just like there's going to be a reward for the wicked,
You read the precept one more time?
God.
You got something?
Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody that's doing wickedness going to be delivered, man. Point blank period, man. And that's what matters, man. That's why I say riches profit not in the day of death. But righteousness, you get that one? Select this. I think I put this in the same chapter 4, verse 4.
Jumping up to Proverbs 11 and verse 3. It says, the integrity of the upright shall guide them.
Ooh, the integrity of the upright shall guide them, man. That's that innocence, that's that virtue, that's that pureness, man. That's going to guide you where? Until the kingdom of heaven. That's where it's going to guide you to. It's going to guide you to New Jerusalem. It's going to guide you to a chariot. All right? That integrity. The integrity of the upright shall guide them,
But the perverseness of the transgressors shall destroy them.
Yeah, but the perverseness of the transgressors shall destroy them, man. Which Yahweh Shema Shai, we read it. He's mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, man. All right. And how does that perverse spirit take hold of you? When you don't want to retain the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, then that perverse spirit takes hold of you,
It says, verse 4, riches profit not in the day of wrath.
Yeah, riches profit not in the day of wrath.
But righteousness delivers from death.
Yes, okay, nothing else deliver you from death but righteousness, man. And that's the value and the validity and the power of righteousness, man. Righteousness is everlasting. Righteousness endures forever, man. All right. Wickedness is brought down. So and after a while, wickedness is gonna be put out, man. That's just like a prostitute hoe. She been selling pussy for like 15, 20 years. She been getting all type of money. You know what I'm saying? She done got cars, all type of cash. By the time she's 40, 45, she can't even prostitute no more. You know what I'm saying? Now, what is all that wickedness gotten her? She can't even get a man. Don't nobody even want her no more. You've been used and abused, man.
Second Chronicles 7:14. It says, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from the wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land.
And this is the simplicity of Yahweh Shema Shah right here, man. You know, this is a prime example of the simplicity of Yahweh Shema Shah. And this is life, man. Prayer, you know, humbling yourself. That's righteousness, man. Righteousness is life. All right, wickedness is death, you know, period. So Yahweh Shema Shah said all we got to do is pray and humble ourselves and he'll give us life, man, you know. But as much as they did not want to retain the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shah, he left them to a reprobate mind. All right. So he's gonna he's gonna leave you to your own devices. You're gonna get destroyed in your own imagination, you know.
This is the prophet Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
Yeah, the day is coming that's gonna burn as an oven, man. All right, why is the day that's gonna come that's gonna burn as an oven? Why? Because fire is a cleansing agent, all right, and fire is gonna purify this place of all the wickedness, and it's gonna, including the wicked people and all the wickedness that's been done therein, you know, including the destruction that's been brought forth to the earth. That fire is gonna purify it.
Huh. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yeah, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
Yeah, all the proud and all that do wickedly are going to be stubborn. You know, so if you're doing wicked things, if you're proud, which it all is synonymous with one another, because it goes to the wicked. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing wickedly, then you're wicked. You know what I'm saying? If you're proudful, then you're wicked. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. Or you're doing wickedness. You know what I'm saying? But if you're doing wickedness, then you're wicked. You know?
Right.
It says, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Shai of hosts. It says that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
So ain't gonna be nothing left for the wicked, man. There ain't gonna, just like Esau, Obadiah 18. There should be none remaining of the house of Esau. Which really the wicked go back to the house of Esau, man. Because he is the wicked. All right. And if you're doing wickedness, that comes from the leadership of Esau Edom. You know, the wicked. You know, which these other nations, they are wicked as well. You know, but Esau is the progenitor of wickedness. You know. Huh.
Verse 2. It says, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings.
Yeah, so the only ones that's going to get restoration, the only ones that's going to get revival, the only ones that's going to get help are those that fear the name of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah. You'll get real quick, Sirach 30:16. Because health is important, you know. This America's health is America's on ER, you know. America is on its last leg, man. You know, America ain't even got a crutch to hold it up, man. You know what I'm saying? So this place needs help, but guess what? It's not getting help. You know, because help only comes to those that fear the name of Yahweh Shema Shah, which this place doesn't have no fear. We read about that in Hosea the 4th chapter about how there's no fear in the land. You know, no knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shah, which the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom and knowledge. So there's no fear out here. You know. Yeah, Khan 16. Yep. Is it 15? No, yes, 15. Khan.
This is Sirach 30:15. It says, health and a good estate of body are above all gold. And a strong body above infinite wealth.
So above infinite wealth. Read that one more time, Salaki. Yep.
Sirach 30:15, it says, health and good estate of body are above all gold.
Right, yeah, so health and good estate of body are above all gold, man. All right, and that's why I say our people are sick, you know, from the sole of the head to the foot is sick, you know, which America, this place is sick. You know, it's diseased, it's discomforted. You know, the people are in mourning. The land is in mourning. The land is sick. The earth is sick, you know, So it needs healing, you know. But healing is not coming unto nobody but the righteous. You know, that's why health in good estate is above infinite riches and wealth. You know, because you can do all type of wickedness to get your riches and your wealth, but that's not going to give you health. You know, that's why even the Rockefellers, they got trillions of dollars, but they don't have health though. You know, so they paying to get these heart transplants and keep themselves going. You know, but that money can't keep you going. You know, Yahweh Shema Shah, he's the only one that can offer you help. Infinite riches can't offer you help. You know, and that's why you got to follow after righteousness, which is following after Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. You know, what's 16 say?
It says, verse 16, there is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart.
That's why it's key to follow after righteousness, man. You know, that's why it's key, because Yahweh Shema Shah he gives the righteous grace, which grace, when you go into it in the blue letter, it goes into that which affords joy or pleasure. So that gives you the joy of the heart. That grace, you know, that comes from Yahweh Shema Shah, which is a part of your health, you know. But grace is only given to the humble, you know. But the proud he knoweth afar off, which the proud are the wicked. It spoke about it in Malachi the 4th chapter, you know.
It says, death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
God, yeah. Death is better than a bitter life or continuous sickness. You know, in this place, America represents bitterness. You know, well, ultimately, to be dead to this world and live in Yahweh Shah Mashiach is gain. That's what Apostle Paul spoke of, man. All right, because this place, it has no way of giving you help. But at least through Yahweh Shema Shah, if you're dead to this world, you have a way to get into life. You know.
Hey man, you know, this is the worst case scenario, man. Just like you brought out in times of Paul, you know, I mean, things weren't as bad. Even 100 years ago, it wasn't as bad as it is right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Just overall, pollution-wise and things of that nature, just the whole spirit of this place.
Yeah.
Homosexuality, you know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as a transgender.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, women were dressing more modestly. You know what I'm saying? Let alone thousands of years ago.
So like, I was just telling Brother Kabar before he pulled up. I don't know what I seen. It was either a man or a woman just running around, just out here brolic as hell with booty shorts on, man. You know, I ain't never even seen nothing like that before. That's how sick this place is. Yep. Go back to the Malachi 4, back to show.
Back in Malachi 4 in verse. Malachi 4 and 2, it says, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings.
To those that fear his name, that's who's healing. That's who healing is going to arise to. You know, so that's how you know. Or we would have healed Babylon. Oh, get that one real quick. Is that Jeremiah 51? Is that Jeremiah 51 or Jeremiah 50? We would have. I think it's Jeremiah 51 and 8 or 9. That one. Is it?
This is the prophet Jeremiah 51 in verse 9. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Yeah, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Why? Because Babylon don't got no fear of Yahweh Shema Shah. That's why this place ain't gonna be healed. You know, Babylon doesn't have no righteousness in it. America doesn't have no righteousness, man. All right, and you can't go about to establish your own righteousness either. You know.
It says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
Yeah, but she is not healed.
Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth into heaven.
Woo!
And is lifted up even to the sky.
Oh, and what's our own country? New Jerusalem. You know, what's the kingdom of heaven is within you. You know what I'm saying? So we got the tools to the kingdom of heaven within us. And that comes from the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, the inspiration of man coming from the Almighty. You know, the things that we do that naturally contains unto the law. You know, like you like to bring out, man. You know, so forsake her and go every man to his own country, to your own heritage, to your own ways, to your own customs. You know. You just read 7 on that, I know it's a lot.
Jumping up, this is Jeremiah 51 and 7. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord. It's like it. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hands.
It's like 36.
Verse 6, it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul.
Yeah, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. And it said the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So the righteous, they're going to deliver, they're going to flee out of the midst of Babylon. They're going to flee out of the ways of perverseness. They're going to flee out of the ways of death, you know. That's how they're going to deliver their souls, you know.
Yeah. Be not cut off in her iniquity.
Be not cut off in her iniquity. Why? Because this place, death is better than a bitter life, which America literally goes into bitterness. You know what I'm saying? So Yahweh Shema Shah is going to take this place out. All right, why? Because it's nothing but bitterness, you know. But it said, be not cut off in her iniquity. Because there's no hope for this place, you know.
Yeah. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. It says, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
Yeah, he will render unto her a recompense. All right. And the recompense for the wickedness is destruction. For the wicked is destruction.
That's right.
And the recompense for the righteous is life. You know? Eternal, by the way.
It says,
so they're going to get an eternal health. They're going to get that infinite health because they didn't seek that infinite wealth. You know? Ooh, health over wealth. That's a lesson.
Yeah, they said health is wealth.
Oh, yeah,
real wealth.
Yeah.
Health over that fake wealth.
Yeah, health over fake wealth. Yep.
It says, verse 7, Babylon. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made of the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Yeah, so Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah's hand. And that's ultimately him sifting the house of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? That's that golden cup that has been in his hand, man. You know, it's ultimately been sifting out everybody that's need to be sifted out, putting them in positioning to ultimately for Yahweh Shema Shah to judge in the valley of Jehoshaphat and deliver all the righteous, which is the remnant. You know?
It says, verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her, take balm for her pain, and so she may be healed.
Yeah, but it's not going to be healed though. That's the whole point. You know, this is like Jake just popping shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and put some balm on that. You know, like you can't. It ain't gonna help. You know what I'm saying? Call your reinforcements in. By the time they get here, your ass not gonna be. You're not gonna be making it. You know.
This is Proverbs 13 and 11. It says, wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished.
Yo, wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. All right? Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. And that's why America's going to be diminished. You know?
But he that gathereth by labor shall increase.
But he that gathereth by labor shall increase. And that's their help. That's their help. Continuing in the way of the upright. Keeping that integrity. Following after the ways of righteousness.
Proverbs 12 and 28. It says, in the way of righteousness is life, and in the pathway thereof there is no death.
So it's no death in the ways of righteousness. That's ultimate help. You know what I'm saying? In the pathway thereof is no death. You know, it's nothing but life in the pathway of righteousness. You know, but wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. You know.
This is Job chapter 20, and verse 4. It says, knowest thou not of this old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
Yeah, he says, know if this not of old, this how it's always been, man. You know, we can go through the history. We can go through the history of anybody that was doing wickedness. They did not continue in wickedness, man. Anybody you can name, you know, that was doing wickedness in history, they got their ass brought down. Anybody who got on the level of pride, they got brought down, man. You know, you don't know this of old. This been happening, man. You know. Shit, that's even in this world. Everybody that's popping, one day then they end up getting locked up. You know what I'm saying? BMF beaching them. You know what I'm saying? They was popping for a few years. Now where they at? You know what I'm saying? People don't forgot about this young generation. They don't even know about BMF no more. You know what I'm saying?
It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short.
Yeah, the triumphing of the wicked is short, man. All right, you only got a little bit of season when you're doing wickedness, man. You know.
And the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment.
And the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment, man. All right, that's but for a moment. You can play, you fake it till you make it. No, you better be done. You better be real till you make it. You know what I'm saying? You can't fake it till you make it with your how about Shemel Shah, man. That's not happening. You know.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 1. It says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
You say, fret not thyself with evildoers, man. If fret goes into being inwardly agitated, it's like the opposite of sif. You know what I'm saying? Like you get inwardly agitated to the point where you jump into wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Sif is is you get inwardly agitated to the point where you're overthrown out of righteousness. You know what I'm saying?
It says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
Neither be envious against the workers of iniquity. Why? Because Yahweh Shema said, iniquity has reached up into the heavens, and he's going to give that recompense for iniquity. You know?
Verse 2, since for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and withereth as the green herb.
And all flesh is as grass. You know what I'm saying? All flesh is as grass. But the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua endureth forever. You know? So if you're not following after the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you're going to be chopped down like grass, man. Grass ain't nothing. You put a lawnmower on some grass, it's over with. You know?
Yeah. Trust in the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and do good.
Yeah, it said, trust in the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and do good. Who else you going to trust in, man? You going to trust in Esau? You know? You going to trust in the same man who telling you a vaccine is cool. He gives somebody a vaccine on the TV and they fall damn near dead on TV. You know? This the man you going to trust? You know? You going to trust the same man that put your ass in slavery? You know? Who you going to trust, man? You know? Who you going to trust, a woman? You know? You might as well trust Yahweh. So who else the hell you going to trust? You know? You can't even trust your own damn self. You know?
God. It says, trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou. It says, trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land.
Yeah, so thou shalt dwell in the land. All right, why? Because Yahweh Shemashah, he's the one lifting up kings. He's the one lifting up princes. All right, He's the one putting people in position. Ain't nobody else putting they. Ain't no such thing as self-made. All right, this Yahweh Shem Shah made. You know, that's why I say trust in Yahweh Shem Shah, and you should dwell in the land. You know.
It says, trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed.
Yeah, and verily thou shalt be fed. Truthfully, thou shalt be fed. You know, and what? You should be fed with that which gives life. You know, because I have esteemed thy word more than my necessary food. You know, that's food for thought. That's how you're fed. That's how you're nourished. You know, by the health that Yahweh Shema Shah gives unto you. You know, because that word food goes, I think, goes into the word restaurant, which goes into the word restore. You know what I'm saying? So that food from Yahweh Shema Shah is what brings true restoration unto you. You know, that's that nourishment that you need. You know.
It says, delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart.
Yeah, it says, delight thyself in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. You know? So when you delight yourself in doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shah, he gonna give you what you want anyway. You know? He gonna give you what you want anyway. Why in the hell would you pursue wickedness? It say he that pursueth wickedness pursueth it to his own death. Just roughly paraphrase. You know? So you might as well pursue righteousness. Why? So you can get everything that you are pursuing through wickedness. And you ain't even gotta even do nothing that could be detrimental to your life. That could be detrimental to your health. You can only be doing things that's good for your health, and you can get everything that you desire. You know, that's just like you're on a diet. You can still keep eating all the fatty foods that you like, but still lose weight. You know.
It says, commit thy way into the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass.
Yeah, it says, commit thy way unto the Lord. So like, read it one more time. So like,
God. It says, commit thy way into the Lord.
Yeah, commit thy way unto the Lord. You know, be committed, be faithful. You know.
Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass.
And he shall bring it to pass. And we know Yahweh Shema Shah is not the man, a man that he shall lie, nor the son of man that he shall repent.
It says, and he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday.
Yeah, thy righteousness as a light, you know, and thy judgment as the noonday, you know, which means the judgment for righteousness is going to be exquisite. It's going to be bright. It's going to be beautiful. The noonday, that's the pinnacle of the day, you know. That's the peak of the day.
Rest in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, and wait patiently for him.
Yeah, rest in the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, and wait patiently for him. You know, so I tell you, there remaineth a rest for the children of Yahweh Shema Shah. You know, we're supposed to rest in him. You know, through in rest you get health too. You know what I'm saying? How do you rest in Yahweh Shema Shah? By meditating in his ways day and night. You know, by following after righteousness. You know.
Says, fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way.
Yeah, don't fret yourself because of him that prospereth in his way. You see the wicked, they doing their thing, they popping a little bit, you know. You see that Esau, he done established this whole country off of wickedness. He's still popping, he doing whatever the hell he want. Don't fret yourself with that, you know.
Says, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass.
Who bringing the wicked devices to pass? That's Esau Edom, man. Or he's passing all these wicked ass laws. You got something called the 25th Amendment, man. What? The 25th Amendment, that ain't doing nothing for us. All right? That ain't doing nothing for us. I don't give a damn if you pull Donald Trump out of office. All right? You put Biden in there, whoever the hell in there. All right? Bring down this whole wicked ass Constitution. That's right.
Verse 8, it says, cease from anger and forsake wrath, fret not thyself in any wise to do evil.
Yeah, because it'll piss you off. It literally will piss you off. and you'll get to the point where you want to go do something, you know, when you really want to go do something, man. All right.
Huh. It says, verse 9, for evildoers shall be cut off.
But that's the thing about it. That's why you ain't got to do nothing. Because all those that do wickedly shall be stubborn.
Huh.
And that's why this place going to be stubborn.
That's right.
And that's why, Lord willing, we're going to continue to follow after righteousness with everything we got.
Huh. It says, for evildoers shall be cut off.
Huh.
But those that wait upon the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, they shall inherit the earth.
Yeah, those that wait upon the Lord, they're going to inherit the earth. All right? So Moab, the so-called Chinese man, he not inheriting the earth. Okay? The so-called Arab man, he not inheriting the earth. The so-called Japanese man, he not inheriting the earth. The so-called white man, he not inheriting the earth. Okay? The righteous, those who wait upon the Lord, they're inheriting the earth. The meek, they're going to inherit the earth.
Verse 10, it says, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be.
Yeah, a little while and the wicked not going to be, man. Just a little while, man. We ain't got that much longer, Lord willing, man. All right, and even if we did have another 5 to 20 years in this place, that ain't nothing compared to eternal life, man. You know, it said the days of Israel are innumerable, man. You know, so even if we got to sit here another lifetime, which Lord willing we don't have to, we'll take that. You know, because that ain't nothing. One day with the Lord is 1,000 years, man. So we'll wait upon the Lord until we die, Lord willing. You know?
God. It says, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yeah. Thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be.
You say you're going to diligently consider his place. Like, where he at? They was popping. Where are they at? I know it's somebody left. He's not going to be. Tell you about that in Psalms 126 and 1. When Yahweh Shemashah turned the captivity of Zion, it was like them who had a dream, you know?
God. Verse 11, but the meek shall inherit the earth.
There you go again. The meek shall inherit the earth, man. Who are the meek? The meek are the ones who are getting flexed on, getting stunted on by the wicked, you know?
They shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace.
Yeah, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace, man. And that's those who are not, now no chastening for the present moment may not be joyous but grievous, but afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness, man. All right. And that's why we follow after righteousness. Why? Because we're following after peace, you know.
This is Hebrews 10 and verse 34. It says, for he had compassion of me in my bonds. This is Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 35. It says, cast not away therefore your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward.
And the fear of the Lord is strong confidence, man. And we know that Yahweh Shemashah is rewarding those who fear him. All right, so it says, cast not away thy confidence, which has great recompense of reward. So our confidence and hope, our fear in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to bring forth a great reward. Lord willing, we those men.
For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, ye might receive the promise.
Yeah, they have need of patience, that after you have done the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, they might receive the promise, man. And that's what it's all about, doing the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. It ain't about doing our own will, being self-willed, man. It ain't about having what we want. It's about giving the Heavenly Father what he wants.
God. For yet a little while, and he shall, Hebrews 10 and 37. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, it will not tarry.
Right. And then he that is going to come, that's going to come, is Yahushua. We was reading about that in Revelation, the 19th chapter, man. We was reading about it in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, man. All right, when it's placed on its last leg, all right, when wickedness has been exalted to the highest pinnacle, then Yahweh Shai is going to come and bring the wicked down. Okay? He's coming. And link up with Psalms 37 and say, yet a little while and the wicked going to be cut off. All right? Who's going to cut them off? Our Lord Yahweh Shai. He's going to come, destroy the wicked, and he's going to come deliver the righteous. The Son of Righteousness shall arise with healing in his wings. All right? And fire out of his mouth for the wicked.
It says, verse 38, that the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him.
Yeah, if you draw back into this world, Yahweh Shai said he's not going to have no pleasure into you, man. No pleasure with you. Revelation the 3rd chapter, you know, the lukewarm, you know what I'm saying? Those who mixing and mingling with the seed of men. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai ain't going to have no pleasure in you, you know. Lord willing, that's not us, you know, that draw back. It says, but we are not of them that draw back unto perdition, you know, which perdition represents destruction and death, which this place represents perdition. The son of perdition runs this place, you know.
God. It says, but we are not of them who draw back into perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul.
But we are of them who believe unto the saving of the soul, and that's the righteous. All right, the faith and the patience of the saints, man. You know.
So with that, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Pakadash.
The honest city apostles Nelson who well. Peace and salutations to all the sincere Akim, enduring afflictions, making the call and election sure. Shalom.
Shalom.
DTA.
Abba, Abba.
DTA.
Abba, Abba.
DTA.
Abba, Abba.